vCISO.au presenting Securitybite every day with crisp 10 minutes video. Cybersecurity News Summary, April 4, 2025. Security News. Oracle acknowledges data breach and starts informing affected clients. Oracle Corporation has confirmed a data breach involving its older Gen 1 servers, marking the second cybersecurity incident disclosed by the company in recent weeks. The breach, initially reported by a threat actor on breach forums on March 20, 2025, has raised concerns about the security of Oracle's cloud infrastructure and its ability to safeguard sensitive client data. The threat actor, identified as Rose 87168, claimed responsibility for the breach and alleged access to 6 million data records. The stolen data reportedly includes usernames, email addresses, hashed passwords, and sensitive authentication credentials such as single sign-on, SSO, and lightweight directory access protocol, LDAP, information. The attacker also exfiltrated Java Key Store, JKS files, and Enterprise Manager, JPS keys. While no complete personally identifiable information, PII, was exposed, Oracle confirmed that the compromised data is approximately 16 months old. Oracle's response underscores the challenges faced by large enterprises in securing legacy systems while transitioning to newer platforms. As investigations continue, affected clients are advised to reset credentials, monitor for suspicious activity, and implement enhanced security measures. While Oracle has taken steps to mitigate damage and reassure stakeholders, this incident serves as a stark reminder of the evolving threats in today's cybersecurity landscape. Cisco AnyConnect VPN server vulnerability, let attacker trigger DOS condition. Cisco disclosed a critical security vulnerability affecting Cisco Meraki MX and Z series devices, which presents significant risks to enterprise networks. The vulnerability, tracked as CVE 2025-202212 and associated with, allows authenticated remote attackers to trigger denial of service (DOS) conditions by manipulating SSL VPN session attributes. This high-severity flaw, which has a CVSS base score of 7.7, impacts organizations that rely on Cisco AnyConnect VPN for secure remote access solutions. According to advisory, the vulnerability stems from an uninitialized variable during SSL VPN session establishment. Customers with 18.1, 18.2, FOSS 19.1 earlier versions must migrate to a fixed release. Importantly, no workarounds exist, making timely updates the only viable defense. Ivanti patches Connect Secure 0-day exploited since mid-March. Ivanti has released security updates to patch a critical Connect Secure remote code execution vulnerability exploited by a China-linked espionage actor to deploy malware since at least mid-March 2025. Tracked as CVE 2025-22457, this critical security flaw is due to a stack-based buffer overflow weakness. It impacts Pulse Connect Secure 9.1x, which reached end of support in December, Ivanti Connect Secure 22.7 R2.5, and earlier Policy Secure and Neurons for ZTA gateways. According to Ivanti's advisory, remote threat actors can exploit it in high-complexity attacks that don't require authentication or user interaction. The company patched the vulnerability on February 11, 2025, with the release of Ivanti Connect Secure 22.7 R2.6, after initially tagging it as a product bug. Sonic Wall Firewall vulnerability, exploited to gain unauthorized network access. Attackers are actively exploiting a critical authentication bypass vulnerability in Sonic Wall firewalls to gain unauthorized network access. The vulnerability, tracked as CVE 2024-53704, with a critical CVSS score of 9.8, allows remote attackers to hijack active SSL VPN sessions without requiring authentication. Security researchers at Bishop Fox have thoroughly documented how the flaw in SonicWall's Sonic OS allows attackers to bypass the authentication mechanism in the SSL VPN component. SonicWall firewall's vulnerability exploited in the wild. The vulnerability affects SonicOS versions 7.1.x up to 7.1.1 7058, 7.1.2 7019, and 8.0.0 8035, used across multiple models of Gen 6 and Gen 7 firewalls and SOHO series devices. An unprivileged attacker can send a request to the SSL VPN, and as long as at least one VPN user is connected, hijack their session, researchers explained. Ransomware attacks. No victims from Australia. The State Bar of Texas is warning it suffered a data breach after the INC ransomware gang claimed to have breached the organization and began leaking samples of stolen data. The State Bar of Texas is the second largest bar association in the United States, with over 100,000 licensed attorneys. It regulates the legal profession in Texas by overseeing licensing, continuing legal education, ethical compliance, and disciplinary actions. In a notification letter sent to affected members, the organization states that it suffered a security breach between January 28 and February 9, 2025, but it was only discovered on February 12. Polizia Italia Mail Access, a public sector company in Italy, claimed by Babuk2 threat actor Zalora.sg. Singapore shopping company, claimed by Babuk2 Dumen.fr. A France company in the list claimed by QILIN. CISOs or leaders can leave. If you are security techie or interested to learn more technical security news, stay tuned. Phishing. New phishing campaign attacking investors to steal login credentials. A sophisticated phishing campaign has emerged targeting users of Monex Securities, one of Japan's largest online brokerage platforms formed through the merger of Monex Inc. and Nicobeans I. Since early April 2025, attackers have deployed a series of fraudulent domains leveraging the .cn top-level domain to impersonate Monex's legitimate services. These domains used randomized alphanumeric strings in their root paths, followed by the Monex directory, e.g. hxps at igenu cn Monex, creating URLs that superficially resemble authentic Monex subdomains. The campaign employs socially engineered emails with the subject line Monex Securities Request to confirm and update registered information, urging recipients to verify account details through embedded links. Broadcom analysts observed that clicking these links redirects victims to fake login pages replicating Monex Securities' authentication interface. The pages dynamically adjust their layout using CSS media queries to match both desktop and mobile resolutions, increasing their credibility. Attackers exfiltrate submitted credentials in real time through post requests to attacker-controlled endpoints, enabling immediate account takeover attempts. Malware. Russian C-shell Blizzard attacking organizations with custom-developed hacking tools. A highly sophisticated Russian threat actor known as C-shell Blizzard, also tracked as APT-44, Sandworm, and Voodoo Bear, has been conducting extensive cyber operations against organizations worldwide. Linked to Russian Military Intelligence Unit 74455, GRU, this adversary has targeted critical sectors across the United States, Canada, Australia, Europe, Central Asia, and the Middle East since at least 2009. Their operations are characterized by persistent, long-term network access using both publicly available and custom-developed hacking tools. C-shell Blizzard has demonstrated particular interest in industrial control systems, ICS, and supervisory control and data acquisition, SCADA, systems. Their attacks have resulted in significant disruptions to critical infrastructure, particularly energy distribution systems, with potential for catastrophic consequences. The group's strategic focus on sectors including energy, telecommunications, government, military, transportation, manufacturing, and retail indicates a comprehensive approach to cyber espionage and potential sabotage. Hackers leveraging fast flux technique to evade detection and hide malicious servers. CISO warns of threat actors increasing adoption of the fast flux technique to evade detection and conceal malicious server infrastructures. As cybercriminal operations grow increasingly sophisticated, threat actors adopt advanced techniques like fast flux to mask malicious infrastructure, evade defensive measures, and maintain persistent access to compromised networks. What is fast flux? Fast flux is a domain-based obfuscation tactic where DNS records associated with a domain name, e.g., IP addresses, change rapidly and frequently. Fundamentally, it relies on a botnet of compromised devices spread across the internet, enabling malicious actors to cycle through numerous IP addresses in a short span of time. Two primary variants of fast flux have been identified. In single flux attacks, a single domain is linked to dozens of rotating IP addresses, often hosted on compromised devices within botnets. For example, a domain like malwaredomain.com might resolve to IP addresses in Germany, Brazil, and Japan within minutes, forcing defenders to chase ephemeral endpoints. New web skimming attack uses legacy Stripe API to validate stolen card details. A sophisticated web skimming campaign that employs a novel technique leveraging Stripe's legacy API to validate payment card details before exfiltration. This tactic ensures attackers collect only valid payment information, making their operation more efficient while reducing the chances of detection. The campaign, active since at least August 20, 2024, has already compromised at least 49 merchants, with new victims still being discovered. Multi-stage skimmer attack. In a report shared with Cybersecurity News, JScrambler researchers highlighted that the attack operates through a multi-stage process designed to evade detection while harvesting payment information. In the initial stage, threat actors exploit vulnerabilities in e-commerce platforms like WooCommerce and WordPress to inject a malicious loader script disguised as Google Analytics, specifically the GAO, Google Analytics objects, variant observed in previous campaigns. The second stage employs a deceptively simple approach, a one-line script that evaluates base 64 encoded content containing the URL for the final stage. This lightweight obfuscation effectively conceals sensitive URLs from static analysis by security tools. In the final stage, the skimmer performs several critical actions: hide the legitimate Stripe iframe, overlay it with a malicious clone, and duplicate the place order button. When users enter their payment information, the skimmer validates the card details using Stripe's API before exfiltrating the data to attacker-controlled servers.